Dude, I've been working on my reviews at Airbnb. I'm almost up to 2 stars. Can I come stay at your place?
2? You're close. Probably gonna need another 3. But I can point you in a direction for some others.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about today.
Welcome to the Utah Real Estate Show podcast, the show where 2 agents and a lender help buyers, sellers, and real estate professionals to understand the ins and outs of real estate.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Utah Real Estate Show. I'm Tyler Kazare, Utah Real Estate Agent.
Jason Christiansen, Mortgage Lender.
Eric Wist, Utah Real Estate Agent.
Kirt, business owner and entrepreneur.
Yes, and tonight we're here for our second episode of the Airbnb or short-term rental game. And of course, we brought back Kirt because he's awesome at this. Now, in our last episode, if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it now.
Watch it.
But we talked about how to vet your property, like how to get into an Airbnb property and get yourself started. Mm-hmm. Now that you've got all that done and you're all set up and ready to go, we're talking
since last week.
Yes, since last week. We're going to talk about how to manage that property because those are 2 very different skill sets. And you got to be able to do both or you're not going to have a successful enterprise. Okay, so let's talk about, the first thing, the rule of the game in short-term rentals is reviews. Like that was our cliffhanger at the end. Reviews. You live and die by reviews in the short-term rental game. So everything we're going to talk about is how to make sure you get a good review.
Because it doesn't even matter what platform you're on. Google reviews.
Yeah,
reviews.
It's going to matter.
Like Airbnb reviews.
Airbnb, yes. VRBO reviews.
They all matter.
Yeah. Yelp
reviews
matters. Okay, you got to be on all. You don't have to be on all of these, but if you get a negative review in any of these, it will affect you in all of them. Mm-hmm. So make sure that you're doing everything you can to have a good review. Okay, so first let's talk about the types of management that you can do. There's really 3 types, right, Kirt?
Yep.
Tell us about those 3 types.
Yeah, so you break them down into 3. One is your personal, and it comes down to how much time and expertise you really want to put into this. The second is co-host, and that is actually teaming up with a current host on the Airbnb platform, hopefully one who has a super host.
Yeah,
status.
often a super host.
Correct. You can partner with someone else, but definitely super host.
Yes.
The other one is to just find a traditional management company, which is going to charge you an arm and a leg, 30-40%, sometimes more.
Sometimes more. So you're involved in the personal side, like you're doing it yourself for the most part.
Correct. Yes.
Did you get started with a super host or no?
No. So when you first start, you actually start with 0 reviews. So it takes around
newbie.
It takes about 3-4, maybe even longer months to hit a superhost status. And there's certain qualifications you have to meet. Your communication.
Yeah.
Within 24 hours, you have to have a certain amount of 5-star reviews and no negative feedback to hinder potential superhost status.
Can a management company have a superhost status?
They can, and they will affect your status as a superhost as well.
Okay.
If they're linked to your listing and you're linked to it.
So personally, you can be a superhost. You can co-host superhost
with a superhost,
and a management company with a superhost, which is all great.
Correct.
This is all Verbo.
No, well, Airbnb.
It's all Airbnb talk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. On the superhost.
Yeah, become a superhost. That's what the name of the game is. You want to get to superhost status as fast as you can.
As fast as you can.
And if you can partner with somebody to get there faster, a lot of times it's worth it.
Yes. Think of it almost like advertising your B&B. If you are on a superhost, you're going to show up in more searches, which is essentially advertising. Because someone that's looking for a space in your area, if they click that superhost only button,
why would they do that?
Because they want a superhost.
Who cares about a superhost?
Thank you.
I'm just saying, you got what, a super name?
So
because I'm Batman.
Yes. So superhost is basically Airbnb is saying, we love this host. We're going to tout them over these hosts that may not have as good of an experience, meaning your communication might not be as fast, meaning your place might not be as clean.
So the guys got it figured out. It's more of a 5-star place. You should have better service. You should have a better place. You should have a better overall experience in the superhost status.
Okay. Yes.
Which is going to get you even more because they're going to push you even more because it makes their platform look even better.
Right. Absolutely. Yes.
Exactly.
Yep. So you've got reviews, and then you got to start looking at costs.
Correct.
Like what?
Well, as far as your cost, you've got whatever your property was in general. whatever your initial investment was to potentially remodel your property, furnish your property, decor your property, and whatever amenities you have. So you're probably at least $5,000, if not more, just on your furnishing and decor and your small amenities.
Yeah, that's
on a small one bedroom.
That would be maybe a studio, maybe one bedroom.
Yeah.
No hot tub.
Yeah, no.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's just bare minimum. If you got a basement apartment that you're thinking studio, maybe one bedroom, you could maybe do it with about $5,000, but probably more.
Well, and I'm assuming short-term rental is kind of like long-term rental, where now you can start adding more fees. You can start charging for more things. Can't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can charge. So you got your nightly rates. You've got a cleaning fee. You can charge per guest, or per guest. Anyone over, say, 2 guests is now an additional $15 a person per night or more.
Yeah.
You've got pet fees that you can have on there.
This is why you put the Ring doorbell in, or the no cameras on the inside, but you want to see who's heading there.
So it makes a difference if I'm looking for an Airbnb and I just put there's only going to be 2 adults and I'm not going to count the 4 kids of mine that are there. I can get away with that, can't I?
You can try, and you might be successful. It depends on who you're joining with. Most of your superhosts are probably going to have some kind of a ring.
And there's probably fine print that says, you're getting charged.
Correct. Yeah,
you will be charged. Yes. And the contract.
And not every host does that. For example, I do not charge per guest. I max it at 6 for my 2-bedroom, but I don't charge per those guests on there.
Okay.
So, and the same thing with my pets. So a lot of people, they'll charge $10 to $20 a night for each pet that they have, a cat or a dog or potential bird or something. But again,
iguana.
Feed my parakeet.
So those are additional fees, and the way I look at it is I don't charge again per night on those, but my nightly rate is traditionally higher because I have that competitive advantage where I allow pets to come.
All right.
So there's just different ways of doing it.
Well, it's a different marketing platform for you.
Correct.
Yeah.
But isn't there other, I heard somewhere that they're doing, Airbnb has experiences, you can rent out amenities. Like if you're in California, you want to rent a surfboard, you can either rent it for $50 or $100 a day down at the beach, or the Airbnb's got, they'll just tack on, $50 for the entire week, and you just have a surfboard. Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. So if you have a razor, you could rent it out for an excursion type situation. You could even be participating in that experience and say, I will go do a guided tour in my razor.
Yeah.
So
do you have to disclose that you're the owner, or do you just show up I'm the guy that I'm your guy. I'm your guy today. And you're doing your surveillance on the people that you're going around.
You're gonna want to.
That's why Tyler's not a super.
Yes.
Shady.
Well, and even on the Airbnb platform, you have a portfolio as a host. And you can put in there some stuff about you. You can put personal stuff if you want, or just in your business stuff. But you have a portfolio that they can look at, and you are actually rated as a host.
Honestly, the Airbnbs that I've stayed at, I knew who the host was. The host came out. I would
Most
I've always been in the basement. So I say, hey, this is our house. It's fun to have you here.
Every Airbnb I say, I've never met the person. They had electronic doorknob keypads.
Yes.
I got sent a keypad notice or the code 12 hours before.
Self check-in.
Yeah, self check-in. 12 hours before I got there, here's the keypad code. Beep, 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 beep. And I've never even met the people.
Did yoga with them before we left.
I do a self check-in because I don't want to have to be there to welcome because they usually will coordinate those dates with check-in, so the host greets them, shows them around. I don't like doing that. I just make sure I've got all my descriptions and pictures and basically lay it all out on the app, so they can come and feel comfortable without me being there, whether I'm available or not.
So how do you market all that stuff?
Yeah, what platforms do you use?
So, you've got your traditional marketing where you could potentially spend money on it, pay-per-click, run some Google ads, some Facebook ads, all that kind of stuff. I don't do any of that. I focus on an internal SEO aspect. I don't know if you've heard of that. Search engine optimization.
Okay.
So if you're familiar with Google, the more you do that, the higher you rank on a Google search, right?
And your reviews again.
And your reviews. Well, reviews are essentially a part of SEO.
Yeah.
So your communication, you're timely on that. Your reviews on the back is probably your biggest on your SEO jump in the Airbnb platform when you're being searched. Becoming a superhost, that will jump you up in your searches because they'll show their superhost off first before they show their other subpar reviewed rentals.
So do you use social media? What
yeah,
else?
so with your SEO, I do Facebook, I do Google, I have a few other platforms where I list the rental, but I link it all back to my Airbnb platform. So you'll have what they call backlinks. And the more backlinks you have to your listing, the more Airbnb likes you driving traffic to Airbnb. So they rank me higher. All of that stuff. Now you can also do, the more often you change your photos, update your photos, you'll rank higher.
Talk about having like seasonal photos or
seasonal
holiday photos
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something. Like that.
We do our Christmas time decor where we actually go out and we change up some of the internal decor. We have inside little Christmas tree we set up in there for the holiday season.
Aww.
We have a little ski reindeer and like little stuff that we put inside. And then we do more lights and decor on the outside than we have done any time in our past years, because us personally, we're like, it's okay to put those decorations up, but if it's going to increase my visibility and my basically
If they're
income,
coming for a Christmas vacation,
absolutely.
there we are.
Come to the house with Santa on top.
Right.
Like that's how you find
Yes.
it. Yes. I got you.
Yep.
I got you. So,
Well, I mean, I think everything that you've said is awesome as far as, I mean, you're a super host and you got there by being engaged in your business.
Absolutely.
Which this is a business and you need to continue to think of it as a business. I mean, look at everything that Kirt has talked about just in these last 2 videos. This is not something that you just kick back and let your $1 billion roll in. I mean, you're doing well,
It's work.
but you're staying
work,
on
yeah.
top of it.
It's
You're exchanging photos, you're decorating more, you're doing this, and you're having fun,
Oh, absolutely.
but you're still engaging in doing this. So you need to factor that into your business plan is, are you going to be engaged in this business? Because if you're not going to make the dollars. You just won't. But that's why, I mean, you're booked out all the way till end of September now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 3 months of you're booked out. But there's a reason.
Yeah, there's a reason. This didn't just
you're
happen.
booked out like this.
Yeah.
And there was a reason you were booked out all last year during COVID too.
Yep. I was raising my rates all of COVID. Even to my surprise.
Yeah, but it's because you're treating this as a business and you're running it to be professional and you're trying to take care of your clients.
Right.
You care about them of having a good experience.
Well, I like that you point out as a business. I would even say do it as a hobby. It's actually fun.
Yeah.
In fact, the first time that we started shopping for the decor, my wife and I actually had a lot of fun with this because it wasn't stuff that we were doing personally. So there's not that, well, I like this and I like that.
Yeah.
It's, does this benefit our business? And we had fun with it. So we were looking at pictures like, where does this one go? Where does that one go? And how does this play in? And it becomes fun.
All I keep thinking is hire Kirt.
Yeah, seriously. I'm sitting there going, I think I have a co-host opportunity coming up, you know?
Yes. And so all of you that are thinking, this is a lot of work, it is. However, there's a lot of resources. You got YouTube University. You've got your Google searches. You've got local communities. One that I really like here in Utah is a Facebook group that's called Professional Airbnb Hosts of Utah. And it is local Airbnb hosts that are providing questions and feedbacks and comments. And hey, I had this, was a great experience. And we share those on those platforms. So I'm constantly learning. Every month I'm coming across something new just going through my Facebook feed.
That's a really good point. Everybody I know who's doing well in their business is always learning.
Yes.
The second they
Don't
think
stop.
they've arrived. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit more about the Airbnb app itself.
Absolutely. So Airbnb has come a long ways in that. They're constantly adding tools to improve not only the value for the guest, but for the host on the management side. So one of the ones that was my favorite that recently came out was automated messages. You can save messages in your...
You care.
It saves time.
Kirt,
All
love your
time
mustache.
consumption.
What message do you save? Like, really?
Right.
That was a message that you're going to send back? Or,
Well, that's if I was Kirt, I would say that'd be the look, hon. Another one.
Yes.
and those are all your seasonal photos. Like how long Kirt's beard is.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah.
No, but really, what do you save and why?
So my 3 most common are my welcome message. So I welcome them and I say specific things that I noticed I was getting a lot of questions at new guests coming in.
Okay,
like,
so
where's
this is like an
where's
auto
this?
send
Yes.
this message.
So-
Not they sent a message, I'm saving that.
Oh, correct.
Okay,
Saving auto sends.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I saved the ones that send me that. Man, I loved you so much. I'm like, I gotta save that one.
Exactly. That's what
You just scroll through those when you have a hard day. He loves my mustache.
Look at all these 5
He loves my mustache.
No,
Why
so
are all my
you're saving.
destinations?
You're
That's
saving
every time I say that.
that you want to go out the way that you want them. So before, I was going back to previous guests and, oh man, I worded that really well on that guest. Copy and paste.
Gotcha.
So now actually it's just saved when someone checks in or is about to check in, I send an automated message that says, welcome to the property. Here are some things you may need to know as far as where to check in, what the code is, where to park, all those little things that they have questions when they first come. I put those in my welcome message. So it's like a preemptive strike because I know they're going to come. So I'm like, I might as well answer those right when I send it out. Right. The next one is I like to send a mid-stay follow-up. How are things going? Do you have any questions? Do you need anything? Are you stocked up on toilet paper towels? So I send a mid-stay one as well. And then my favorite is the one at the end for checkout. So I'll send one saying that we're coming close to checkout time. Again, do you have any questions? Here's what you need to do as far as a few things for your checkout. And then very specifically, I say we've loved having you as a guest. We love having more of you. More of your friends refer to us, and we're going to review a 5-star, and we hope we earned a 5-star from you. And that's how we encourage the 5-star movement, because if not, they may think you're great, and they may even be planning on giving you a 4-star. But if you say something to the fact that we loved you or gave you a 5-star, we hope it might encourage them just enough to bump it up to that 5-star.
Bump it up and that 5-star.
Yeah, you're letting them know what you're striving for, what your expectation is. And hopefully along the way, you've made that clear as well, that that's what we're looking for in all of your messages.
Yeah, and you can set that expectation in the message when you come. Like, hey, we hope to earn a 5-star review, and here's what we're going to do. Stay in contact with us. If anything happens, we want to know about it. We want to help. Like, set the expectation. Yes. I'm looking for a 5-star review out of this, and I will bend over backwards to make it happen.
Yes, because the 5-star is going to be what increases you the most on your SEO.
Now, because we've been talking about reviews like crazy, can't you review your clients?
You can, and that's one of the beauties of the Airbnb platform is it's a community. And I actually have on mine, after I hit Superhost and had enough coming in and the occupancy and the rate I was getting, I actually make it so that anyone that has a below, I think it's like 4 or 3-star review, it's automatically declined. Where it's like a filter that you can have a certain host or certain guest that you're looking for to come, and you can minimize those that maybe someone's brand new to the platform has 0. You can eliminate those if you want. You can eliminate those that have below a certain amount of reviews and stuff too. So that's a
go be a newbie at somebody else's property. I don't want you on my property.
Yeah. So when we first started, we were accepting new people to the platform.
Oh, okay.
And most of the time they're great, they're fantastic. And every once in a while you can come, and this is where your risk assessment comes. You're gonna come across a bad guest. It's gonna happen. So just be prepared and just build it into you're gonna be making more on your revenue that you're gonna cover those costs. Just be aware that they're gonna come.
Cool.
Yeah.
What else?
I think that's it.
I covered everything.
Yeah, I think now you are certified experts at Airbnb. Now, like if you have questions or comments, it's a great time to post them in the comments below.
Leave us a 5-star review.
Yeah, leave us a 5-star review. And then pick up your phone and call us or schedule an appointment with Kirt.
Yes.
Any one of us are more than willing to talk about how to set up a business plan to purchase a nightly rental system, whether it's here locally, whether it's an owner-occupied, whether it's here in Utah. We're here to help do that because, as you can see, Kurt's got a lot of information on how to run this and how to be good at it.
And a couple of videos are just not sufficient to make you an expert.
Just to take.
So, what did we learn?
Well, I learned that communication is paramount. You have to have good communication.
Remember, 5-star is key. Just strive for it, ask for it.
Yep, I'd probably say be prepared. Do your homework.
I like it. Eric actually stole mine. I loved the preemptive. This is what we're looking for. This is what we're striving for. What can we do to earn it?
Set the expectation and then meet that expectation.
Absolutely.
But you're willing to meet that expectation. Like,
right.
You're working hard.
And if you're not, find a really good co-host. Or a really good manager.
Find somebody who is willing
ask for help.
And that's another benefit right off the bat. When you do have a co-host who is a super host, you get that on your listing right from the get-go.
So make sure you give us a 5-star like for this video. Comment below, share this with your friends, subscribe. Let's learn more about these nightly rental situations.
If you want to get in touch with us, shoot us a text at 801-228-7687. Make sure you mention the show. You can email us at theutahrealestateshow@gmail.com. The Utah Real Estate Show is a production of Hive Collective at Presidio Real Estate with support from Security Home Mortgage. Security Home Mortgage NMLS number is 178787. Jason Christiansen NMLS number is 240472. Equal housing lender. Not only is this not legal or investment advice, but you should definitely talk to a pro before you make any real estate decision. Every situation is different and should be considered in context. Copyright Jason Christiansen, Eric Wist, and Tyler Kazare. All rights reserved.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
There we go. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Utah Real Estate Show. Hold on, actually. Do we want to close that door? Because that dude is vacuuming.
There's not a door there. And he's not vacuuming. He left.
Eric Wist, Utah real estate agent.
And do you want to do the guest intro, or do you want me to just jump
Hey, this is part 2. You've already been introduced.
I was waiting for the guest intro.
Keep going.
Keep going. Just keep going. Awesome. Or not. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. I don't know why I said that. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Discriminatory.
Way to
Have
go,
a
Tyler.
finish. Have a day.
Oh, I never hit record.